Hey guys, how you doing? It's Voodoo here and welcome to episode 46 in my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Emblem editor series. Today we're taking a look at the Razer Gaming Logo, which is a really easy logo to make, really sort of cool on the gun. I love Razer products. I've got a Lycosa keyboard and various other bits and pieces. I'm after one of them Razer Sabertooths if I could get hold of one, but we'll see. Here it is on the player card. Looks absolutely awesome and looks really good on the gun too, as you saw. And also here's some of my previous emblems. Now what I will say, all these emblems in my playlist, they're my favourite ones that I've hung on to at the moment, so check them out in the playlist, link is in the description. Now I'm going to make this emblem basically obviously from scratch, and you're going to see that I move it slightly over to the right near the end because it's a little bit awkward with all the shapes. So if you want to start slightly over to the right, feel free to. If not, you can move it all over like I do at the end, but it's not a problem. So we use the tray arc to start with and we'll grab the curved line, but I'm going to put a rounded square for the background layer and turn that black because that basically makes it a lot easier to see the grid lines, and also that's our backing, so we can do a little bit of covering up using that. Once we've done this first sort of like snake, this is what it is, it's a snake. The other two are sped up a little bit because they're exactly the same. It's basically a rinse and repeat. So grab yourself a half circle. You want to free scale that down a little bit so it's not a perfect circle, more of an oval, and then grab yourself a kiss, and then you want the kiss sort of bend to match the same as the half circle, and that we're sort of making the bend of the snake. So once you've done that, all you need to do basically is, once that's lined up nicely, copy and paste the half circle and just make it slightly smaller. You don't need to free scale it, you just need to scale it down a little bit and make it slightly smaller. And the same again with the kiss, you just need to make that slightly smaller and that will fit in nicely. Now I was scratching my head how to do this one, but it's so simple. Once you get your head around, it's very simple. That shape there is a pillow. Basically that's a really cool shape that looks just like a snake's head. So just free scale it down to make it look like a snake's head, and then you want to grab yourself a half shuriken and and then just put that on the, turn out obviously the right colour. You can have these colours whatever you want. I've gone for green because they're super cool, but my keyboard's blue, so blue would look good. But yeah, so just sort of lay that in, free scale it down. There's the tongue. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to add a, now what they call it that's different on Black Ops 2, it's called a smile outline, and you just want to free scale that down so it's a nice sort of curved edge coming off there, and that's the finishing touch for one of the three sort of snakes that you need to do. Now I'm going to speed this up because the other two snakes are exactly the same as that one. You've just got to repeat them. Now what you can see from the way I've done that there's a biggish sort of gap up the top right hand corner. Now what you really need to aim for when you're doing this is you want that snake a little bit further over that way, so the actual Treyarch symbol in the middle wants to be slightly over to the top right hand side a little bit, just a little bit off center, because it's just the way that the image runs. Obviously you haven't got as much space on the left and towards the bottom, but other than that, really straightforward. Obviously feel free, if it's helped you out, to hit the like button. Basically just to make all these extra snakes, I'm just copying and pasting the shapes from the first one, and it's as simple as that, really straightforward. But yeah, like I said, hit the like button if you really have enjoyed this emblem. Also I've got 45 other emblems on the playlist. Feel free to go into the description, link is there, Black Ops 2 playlist, hit that, and I'm sure there will be even more emblems in there that you guys are after. There's a lot of cool brands in there and a lot of cool sort of free ones that I've done, which are sort of like my own creations. So a lot to take in and a lot to keep you going, that's for sure. Also at the end of this one we're going to do a few shading techniques just to sort of finish off the emblem and make it just look that super cool. Also the background there, you can see at the moment there's sort of little curved gaps at the end. I end up maxing that square out, and that's what I did. But you can see there, I just moved it over slightly to the right. It's sort of just sat a little bit nicer there, and that's exactly what we're after. Then what we want to do is you want to grab yourself a half column, and then you want to max that out. We've done this in previous ones. If you're not new to the series, you know we use this quite a lot. Once you max that out, it adds a fuzzy line. I then click the right thumbstick in to do free scale and just pull it down slightly and just puts more of a curve on it. Now what I've done is the curve is flat from left to right. It's not angled like you saw just then. You just see it flick there. That's how I've done that. And then I'm going to copy and paste and rotate it so there's one opposite that at the bottom. and I drop the opacities down to 48% on them and turn them black. So really straightforward, black and 48% opacity. Then what you want to do is, it's completely optional this next bit, that looks cool as it is, you don't need to do nothing else with it, but just to add a little bit more detail on there, I used a ruthless, which the way you get that is by obtaining 15 kills without dying in a team deathmatch. You could also use a merciless, which is 10 kills without dying in a TDM, or you could use the stick around, which is get a kill with a combat axe while carrying an assault shield, and you can just drop them down a little bit of opacity. I'd put it to a darker green and drop the opacity on them to 35%. So really straightforward. It just adds a little bit more depth on the image, a little bit, it just makes it look that little bit more cooler. So basically all I did was I just sort of grabbed 4 of them, rotated them slightly so you got different splatters all over the image, and just dropped that opacity down to 35%, and it just adds to the sort of the image just that little bit more. Completely optional, like I said to you. Without them on there, it still looked really cool. Once you've made the Razer logo itself, it looks really cool. And yeah, I'm absolutely in love with this. Now hopefully Razer Gamer might see this video and hit me up with a saber-tooth control pad, because that would be really nice. But I doubt it very much, I'm not that lucky. But anyway guys, we're sort of getting towards the end of the image here guys. Like I said to you, this bit's totally optional. Feel free to do it or don't, or add anything else into it. All these images I make are just a template for you guys to do whatever you want to do with them, and you can put the shading on, take the shading off, change the colours, do whatever you want. It's just to show you that these are possible, because this one took quite a bit of head scratching, I have to tell you, to get the sort of snake bends how they are and that. I thought to myself it was impossible, and I very nearly, after quite a few attempts, chucked in the towel and said it can't be done. But as you can see, it looks absolutely awesome. I'm sure you guys will agree, and it's a really cool emblem for your player card and your gun, and people will love it. So as always, thanks ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.